Subway Surfer Bowling, once again, and always, your creative caricature marketing consultant. I really felt the need to go on this live and urge you, almost beg you, to start drawing editorial art. In fact, that's the question. Why aren't you drawing editorial art? In the last couple of days, unless you've been unalive or living under a rock, you might have noticed when Donald Trump said in the debate concerning Springfield, they're eating dogs, they're eating pets. Everyone in the news media has had something to say about that, which goes to my question rather, why aren't you doing editorial art? I've covered this in the last two times that I was on live, and one of the reasons why I covered editorial art because it is really the most idiot proof way to build up your portfolio. It is the most idiot proof way to get a following going digitally, no matter what your platform is, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and whatever it is. It's the easiest way to do that. And why? Because unlike when you're thinking of your own script, trying to think of clever ideas, searching the internet for stories, editorial art is right there. It's right there. All you have to do is just watch and see what a particular candidate running for office is doing, what they're saying, where they're going, what the rumors are surrounding their trip, surrounding what they said. Editorial art is easy because you don't write the script. All you do is you're being a spectator and you're commenting on it. Just like the Daily Show. They don't write this script as far as what Donald Trump is going to say or do or Kamala Harris. They just sit and they watch it and then they build their show around what's said and around what's done. What happened this week was practically, if you are a visual artist, handed to you. If you didn't draw some type of cartoon, anime, rough sketch, I don't care in what style you drew it in, if you did anything at all concerning that phrase about them eating dogs in Springfield, you missed out on getting hundreds, if not thousands, of views. This happened to me on my TikTok channel. And when I posted these cartoons, they skyrocketed, adding to me more followers, which was precisely what I wanted. I've also put some on YouTube, and I'm waiting for the results like that to come in. And I'm confident that they will. And it was so easy to do. The first hook was about Springfield. That should have been that it was practically a red flag for animators, especially. Springfield is the place, after all, where the Simpsons live. So all kinds of weird things come out of Springfield and happen in Springfield. I'm not going to go into too much what the real story in Springfield is because it really is kind of disturbing. That's a false rumor, and that's what it is. It's a rumor, and it was meant to. Donald Trump just did it to talk to his base. It was like red meat for his base. You know, the code word is these black people, these black immigrants. They're dangerous. They're savages. He wanted to put that image in their minds, and of course, only he can save them from the menace of these dog eating Haitians. And that itself is a ready made joke, because it goes back to that those old 1930s anime cartoons about cannibalism. That's what it is. And now that that's dark humor, pun unintended, but that's what it is. It's a dark kind of humor that you'd have to use to go with that cannibalism hook, but it can be done, because you're an artist and you're creative, and it's editorial. I can't urge you enough to draw editorial art. I made a good amount of money Back in the early 2000s when I decided to take some of my drawings out of my sketchbook and give them into a local paper. This is something I suggest, and I wish that many artists, especially beginning artists, would do. Approach your local newspaper, and when something happens that's current, that's funny, or you can find humor in it, go over to your local paper and suggest that they put it in. Don't ask for any money at first because what you're doing now is you're trying to build up your portfolio, you're trying to build up your credibility. And oftentimes, like with me, you end up having a job. And it took about 3 to 4 weeks for that to happen with me. It was during the Obama, it was the beginning of the Obama, I can't get it out. The Obama administration. I'm 65 years old, folks. You got to help me. You got to give the old man, a little bit of mercy. I can hardly hold the camera steady. But anyway, and I'm holding it in my hands. Okay, that's too much digression. But what happened was a friend of mine, Kenley Dillard, we were at our job. We was doing caricature on the street this time. And then to entertain each other, we kept drawing political cartoons in between customers. And by the end of the night, when we were counting up the money and the drawings, we had so many political cartoons that I suggested to Kenley that he go over to his local news and just send those in and see what they say. But on the way home, I said, that's what I should do. And so I went to my local paper the next day, approached the editor, and said, look, these cartoons, they're funny, they're timely, and I'm not asking any money for them. I just want you to print them. Well, I knew that he would. Well, I didn't know. I had a hunch that he would because I was telling him the magic number for free, and they were good cartoons. So next week, because this paper came out weekly, he asked me if I had any more. Of course I did. So I gave him those. The following week, he asked me, do I have any more? Of course I did. Gave those to him. And the fourth week, he asked me, how'd you like to be doing this for the paper? That's how it started. And unless you're ambitious, and if you're ambitious, I'm sorry, excuse me. If you're ambitious, go for the local, go for, the weekly papers. Okay, I kind of messed that up because I'm excited. If you're ambitious, go for the biggies. New York Times, Daily News, Newsday, whatever that paper is in your hometown. But I suggest you go for the neighborhood weeklies, the smaller papers, because they will gladly accept any content that's given to them, especially if it's free. And like I said, it can lead to a job where they actually pay you for your art. But even if they don't, this is good because what you're doing is you're building up your credibility. Your stuff will be in print. So when you approach your next potential employer, you'll have something to present to them rather than your opinion on, "Oh, I really, really like political art and I know I can do this and look what's in my sketchbook." People are impressed more when they see something that's been in print and that's been seen by a couple of hundred or so people. It shows them that the editor likes your work, that he trusts your work to display it. And you don't really have to tell them that you're drawing for free. Okay? So that's what you should be doing. This week, that you can still get a little bit of juice out of that dog eat, that people eating dogs thing that's going on and that's trending around the news. You still have a little bit more time of getting cartoons out, and you can post them online, or you can do what I suggested. Go to your local paper and hand it to them. Well, that's the advice for this week. You should be posting editorial art. It's easy, it's idiot proof. You don't have to write a script. All you have to do is listen to what's being said in the culture. That's all you have to do. Oh, another thing, when you're approaching newspapers, make sure you find out what the political bent is of the paper. What type of stories do they usually print? How far do they go? And and just choose a side or work both sides. It's all good. It's all good. Now, what you should do also, if you're going to approach your paper, whatever it is, make sure you buy the paper first. Make sure you look at some back issues of the paper, especially if it's online, which a lot of them are. So do that first so you'll be prepared. People want to know that you're not just approaching them, to make money off of them, that you've actually read their publication and that you're familiar with it. You should be doing that anyway when you approach a person for any type of job. Wife. Well, that's the wife, so I better get off this phone and get on that one. Good luck with this. This is Elgin, Subway Surfer Bowling, your creative caricature marketing consultant. All right, we always have trouble getting off this thing, so that phone call's going to have to wait. Are you still here? You're still here. Okay. We'll get better at this. Forgive me, I'm still new. I'm still new at this.